गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, Mahayugi Swami Umanand Saraswati ki jai. Friends, we are finally on 15th chapter. Another 4 more to go for the text to come to an end. But I'm glad. The other day I received a call from a girl in Banaras, and she has noted down my first to fourth Marathi talks videos on Bhagavad Gita, and then she has translated into Hindi, and then she has called me up and she passed it on to me as a poem. Now I am so happy that even if few people try and appreciate or really like what I'm doing, I think I feel very satisfied. So thank you, Manali. I'll try and see if I can make, I've just dealt with first 4 chapters in Marathi. I'll be taking them once the English program gets over, so we can start with Marathi talks from 8th to again 18th, and simultaneously we may even do it in Hindi. But thank you once again. Now I would like to move on to chapter 15. In chapter 15 again, there are only 20 couplets. And out of 20 couplets, right now we are going to start from 20th and coming towards first couplet. Because I thought that was an easier way of understanding this particular chapter. It's a little mistake, and it's not very clear to most of the people who do study. Of course, normally we tend to just repeat what is said in the text, but a clearer understanding becomes easier for all of us to apply it to our lives then. So in this chapter, 3 words are discussed. These 3 words are important. So we are going to talk about these 3 words. The 3 words are KSHARA, AKSHARA and Uttam. So let's see how I could explain this, make it as simple as I can. And now, of course, this is related to a mortal being. So the mortal himself is of 2 types, KSHARA, AKSHARA, and God is supposed to be Uttam. So we are actually of 2 types. Now let's see what these 2 types are, so that we are able to understand what. I'm going to take an example of a prisoner who is given a number in a prison. Let's say the prisoner is given a number 1. Suppose I go to a prison and I say I would like to meet, let's say Tom or Jack. I'll just stick to one name so I don't confuse you all. So I say I would like to meet Jack. Now the officer may refer to him as there is somebody here to meet prisoner number 1. And prisoner number 1 is brought. Now he happens to be Jack. So we have, the prisoner has a number given to him. So number identifies with his personality, with Jack. Now let's say I return to the prison after 10 years. And then I again ask, I would like to meet the prisoner number 1. So now he calls somebody, and it is no more Jack. It is some third party. Say he is John. He is not Jack now. He is John. So I says, no, I don't want to meet him. I want to meet Mr. Jack. So he says, you asked for prisoner number 1. So he says, well, that was the number which was there last time I came. I remember that was his number. Alright, now we've understood this. Now I'm going to try and explain. The first thing is, I would ask, say, now where is Jack? Is that the first name? My God. All right. The first name was Jack, right? Okay. I assume it was. Let's see. Let's try and see. The first time I met was Jack, right? Now second time is John. Okay. So now I'll say, what happened to Jack? Where is he? So the officer says, well, Jack is now dead. Now, if he is dead, so what am I trying to explain to you is the person named Jack is dead. Now, this situation introduces the word KSHARA, that is a perishable. So, somebody who is died, it's a perishable body. All of us, we are bound to die someday. So, this death puts us in category of being KSHARA. So, KSHARA is a perishable body. Now, KSHARA is a perishable body. Now, what happened about, then I said, now the number 1, which was earlier related to Jack, the earlier number which was related to Jack, now he has got another value. They have changed the value of 1 and it is now given the name John. Earlier was Jack and now this time it is John. So, Jack is dead. Perishable has gone. The imperishable but a changeable principle, that one number, the first one number which was first given a value named Jack, now is changed, its value is changed to another name which is now John. So I has not perished. Number 1 has not perished. Number 1 has not perished, but its value has changed. It is no more what it was earlier. Now this is a changeable principle and therefore is not permanent. It is wrongly, so we can say earlier it was wrongly associated, or now its value has changed. Now this changing of value, that number 1, which has changed its value from earlier Jack to now John, shows the quality of AKSHARA. That is AKSHARA. Now, instead of that 1 number, let us take the example of the person, say like me, I am Radhikanand. So, Radhikanand, when she dies, can there be any I which can say I am Radhikanand? No, there cannot be an I which will be given the value of Radhikanand, because Radhikanand has perished, has died. So therefore that I doesn't have any value now, which is earlier value. I will continue to exist, but now somebody else will take the name, just as 1 number was allotted now to somebody else. Now this I will be allotted to some other name. So it's not going to be I is equal to Radhikanand any longer. That I is going to be somebody else. Now this is the AKSHARA principle in us. But there is some person like an element officer who is there, who knows the earlier I had a value of Jack and the latter I has got the value of John. And he knows that the Jack has perished. John may also perish. But that one one number will be given another value. Similarly, the I will get another value. Radhikanand value has gone. Now that the one which is going to change its value and yet continue to associate with the same job of identifying somebody, but he has changed the value. Its value is changed. That is Akshara. And now who knows that John and Jack are going to go? This number one is going to take another name or personality. He is going to be the enlightened soul, and that is Uttam Purush. Friends, I'm just trying to explain the pronoun in me, I, the noun in me, Radhikanand. Radhikanand is a perishable element. That is, noun is perishable. Noun is the name of a person, place, thing. We know the definition. Now it is a perishable element. Pronoun is not a perishable element. It is a changeable principle. Its value is going to be changed. So pronoun element is also, it is Akshara. The noun element is Akshara. The pronoun element is Akshara. But there is one more witnesser to these two being different. They being two is understood by another more sort of a viewer, I will say here, who is enlightened and whom we call as Uttam Purush, which does not change. Which does not change. So there is another viewer who's trying to explain to us that the Kshara has perished and the Akshara's value has changed. But the one who is seeing this is the Uttam Purush. Now, similarly in us, Radhikananda will perish. The I, which was allocated the value of equality, it was equal to Radhikanand first, now has changed the value, and it's not going to be there, because there's nobody going to be there who's going to say, I am Radhikanand. So the value has not only changed, but it has just stopped happening. The concept has stopped now. So there's nobody who can call themselves, I am Radhikananda. So the entire value has not only changed, but it is no more existing. So that is Akshara. But the one who's witnessed it, the earlier I was Radhikanand and now the I is somebody else. Now he is going to be the Uttam Purush. Now this is what we are supposed to, that is a universal I. The earlier I was given a value. It was given a job of bringing somebody into light. But now that particular person is no more there. So this value has changed. And the one who is giving this value to the limited I is the universal I. And that's the Uttam Purush. Now this Uttam Purush, we will decide now what are his qualities. Now the quality of Uttam Purush, so that is a universal I, the universal knower, let's say, knower, seer. He lives in everyone. Now we all know he lives in us, and he is the knower of the entire knowledge, truth, Ved. We call it Ved. So knowledge, when personifies into, say, let's say written documents, we call them Ved, the entire knowledge. Then he calls this Uttam Purush, defines himself, introduces himself by saying that he nourishes the entire world, the plant life. Not only that, he gives light to the illumined objects like sun, moon. Actually, the light that he is talking about, Uttam Purush is talking about, is bringing sun and moon into light. Suppose you look at the sun and there is a person who doesn't know English and he doesn't know what a sun is. So he will come and say, what is a sun? S-U-N. Then I will point out to the heaven and say, or the sky and say, that is the sun. So unless I don't bring the sun into light for this person to understand that sun, however obvious is not in light, means it is not in the category of somebody being aware of it. So bringing it into light is bringing it into awareness of someone's thought process. So here we have, he brings into light the sun, the moon. And only when a yogi practices yoga and purifies his body, now he purifies his body with the help of yoga, he alone can discover this godly element in him. Now, what are the impurities? I will just mention them in simple English language. The concept of I am someone, is I am Radhikanand. That is an impurity. Because I has changed the value after Radhikanand perishes. So it's not a permanent truth. Then, because I am Radhikanand, I have I have some objects. Say I have a home. Now if Radhikanand doesn't exist, then the concept of I have a home or being in possession of something also does not exist. That too has changed. That is the second impurity. Impurity means it's a false alarm. I am, I have. And third is I do. These are false alarms. Therefore, they are considered as impurities. The names of these impurities are Anavamala, Mahiyamala, and Karmamala. I don't want to confuse you all with these. These terms are not there in Bhagavad Gita, so we won't go to it. I will just tell you exactly. Now we have tried to understand what is Uttam Purush, then what is the Akshara Purush and the Kshara Purush. So these three words are defined here. We still need to complete chapter 15 because in chapter 15 the creation is described as an upside down tree. So we'll try and see whether we understand that, but we can do it next time. This is Swami Radhikanand from Pune. Thank you.